All right, I'm back and Cassandra's gone. Um, I hate to make her sit the whole time because she's so sweet and quiet, but she's probably also bored when I'm talking. So I let her go and I'll finish up my floss tube. There's not much more to go. I don't have any haul, as I said earlier. So I do have my previous giveaways, so I'd like to announce those. The giveaways last time in Flosstube 29, one was Lady Claus from That's So Emma, along with the little, this is the pattern, and this is the little needle minder. That one, the keyword was Mrs. Claus, and the winner of this one is Felicia Watson. Congratulations, Felicia. Please find my email in the link below. You can contact me through my Gmail address. Make sure you're careful when you're typing in my email. There is an 8 after my name before you put the @gmail.com. Email me your mailing address and I will send this out to you. Congratulations. If you can't figure out the email or you'd rather go through Instagram, you can message me through there. And you can find me at stitchin_Sandy on Instagram. So congratulations, Felicia. The other giveaway was this Mary Noel collection, Avery's Cycling Santa by Homespun Elegance. And the keyword for this one was bicycle. And the winner of this one is, I think it says Char J57. I'm not sure this is your Flosstube name, but if you will email me your real name and address, and please mention this, your Flosstube name, in the email so that I know it's really you, and I will get that out to you too. So congratulations to both of my winners. All right, so that brings me to my winter swap is coming up. I've had several people sign up. If for some reason you see this before the 1st, and I say the 1st because on the 1st is when I'm matching everybody's partner up. If you see it and you're interested in being a part of the swap, just email me and let me know. You'll need to give me your email or give me your address, and then I'll sign you up. But honestly, when the 1st gets here, January 1st, I'm going to send an email out to everybody who their partner is. So if you come in too late, I won't be able to match you up with anyone. So remember that it's a 6x6 or smaller swap. The theme is winter, so that can be anything from Christmas to snow to snowman. Even Valentine's Day falls into winter. So you choose what you would like to stitch for somebody, and you can start now if you'd like. And then I will give you your partner on the 1st, and it needs to be to your partner by February 1st. So that will be a month turnaround and give you time to get it out. I wanted to give you time after all the Christmas chaos to refocus yourself, have time to sit down and stitch and make something for someone else. So please, if you're interested in still doing it, you have a couple days to get to me. All you have to do is email me and let me know you're interested. All right, and then that brings me to the new giveaways. So this time I'm going to give away Pine Mountain Designs. This is a typography pattern. It's January. I'll be getting out my winter things for January here very soon, and you'll be able to see mine FFO. It looks just like this one in the picture because when I was doing it, I bought the entire kit. It was part of the club, and so you got the whole kit. So mine will come out. I usually decorate. I take Christmas down while watching the Rose Parade, and then put all my snowmen out. So it'll be out. So this one is our January typography, and the keyword is snow. So if you'd like this, please answer the question, which I will give in a few minutes, and use the word snow in your comment. You must be 18 years old so that I can ask you for your address, and please don't say giveaway, freebie. We don't want trolls to claim your prize and resell it instead of stitch it. We want stitchers to enjoy it. The next one, so again, the keyword was snow. And then the next one is January calendar crates. I also stitched this one last year. Again, it'll be out very soon. If you're interested in this one, let me show it close up. Sorry for the ring light. And there's the bottom one, it says sweater weather. And so the keyword for this one is sweater. So if you're interested, use the word sweater and answer the question for your chance to win. And I will announce it not on the very next Flosstube. I'm going to do my whip parade probably either on the 1st or on the 2nd. Do my whip parade, and then I'll do another Flosstube after that. Shortly, it'll be on time with this one, but I just don't want you to think that it's in a couple of days when I do my whip parade. There's more time for you to enter. All right, so the question of the day. So last time's question of the day, by the way, was about a TV show that you watched that you never thought you would be interested in, and then you watched it and you were sucked in. I loved getting to hear everybody's. It's interesting. I looked up a few. Some of them are in my little queue on Netflix so that I can start watching that I'd never heard of either. So you've inspired me to watch something new. So this time I'm going to do a would you rather. I do this in my classroom, and it's fun to hear the explanations. So you can leave an explanation or not. It's up to you, but I would like to know, would you rather, and to be totally honest, it doesn't snow where I live. I have to go to snow to do these things. But my question is, would you rather build a snowman or go ice skating? And my answer to that is build a snowman. I went ice skating once. I probably should do it more than once, but I went once and I kept falling down. I could not stay up. And they wanted to offer, it looks like a walker to use to keep your balance. That's too embarrassing. And then now that I have gray hair, it'll be even more embarrassing. So I'm not gonna do that. So I would build a snowman. One time it snowed here in our area. I guess it snows once every 10 years or so. And when I say snowing, let's take it lightly because it's a light snow across the grass that melts within an hour. But it did happen. I think it's been a little bit more than 10 years now. So we're due, but I don't think it's gonna happen. We built a snowman here and it was this tall and it was so cute. My kids really wanted to. I think my twins were like 4 or 5 when it happened. Yeah. And so they were excited to build a snowman. I think that's when Frozen came out, maybe. I don't know. But I have built bigger snowmans. We go to Big Bear in the mountains to see the snow. So I've done it up there. But I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And then I like being able to come in and get the hot cocoa and sit by the fire afterwards. But that's what I would choose. So what would you rather do? Build a snowman or go ice skating? If you'd like to share why, I would love to hear it. And so next coming up, NYE is tomorrow. If you watched Flosstube 30, you heard that I am hosting a Zoom. All I asked was that people email me if they're interested in joining in. I did have someone ask me today if you have to be doing NYE 12 by 12 to participate in the Zoom. And my answer was no. It's a day to enjoy visiting with Stitchy friends. And if you are doing NYE, then that is a bonus because we get to see what you're working on, what your progress is, and just sit and talk with Stitchy friends. So if you see this before tomorrow, I don't know if you will or not, but if you do and you're interested in joining in, if you email me and let me know, I can send you the link to join us. I'm opening it up in California, it's gonna be 9 a.m. in the morning. But on the East Coast, it starts at 12 o'clock. Kia B from Kia B Quilting and Pam from Just Keep Stitching are hosting it. They're doing some lives on Instagram at different times through the night. You can check their Instagram for the exact times that they're doing their lives. But I decided to open up the Zoom when the East Coast starts. So that way any of my friends that are on that side of the world can visit with me and share with me. And I'm gonna stitch the whole time. And then I will continue to leave my Zoom open until 12 o'clock here in California. So anyone on the East Coast who wants to stay along longer is welcome to. But anyone on this side of the United States that wants to stay up till midnight, you can stay with me. I'll be here all day I think once in a while I might have to get up to move, but for the most part, I will be here and I will accept all Stitchy friends. I don't mind if you get the link from me, if you want to send it to one of your Stitchy friends so they can join too, but please, please, please do not post it here on social media, because I feel like then trolls will be looking to bomb our Zoom meeting, and I'm not that tech savvy, so I can remove them, but that's all I can do. I can't stop it from happening. So if we don't get the link out in public, it will cut down on the possibility of that happening. But so I'm looking forward to that. I will share my results afterwards and my whip parade, because then I'll have all my whips to share with you for the new year. So if I don't talk to you in the Zoom, then I hope that you have a wonderful New Year's. Happy New Year, wherever you are and whenever it happens for you. And I wish the best possible things to happen to you in the new year. I wish you all the best of luck. And I can't wait to share my cross stitch with you next year. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you next year. Bye. Hello, Flosstube. My name is Sandy, and this is my channel, Stitching with Sandy. This is a channel about cross stitch, and once in a while I throw in other crafts that I do, but I'm hoping to inspire you, enable you a little bit, and share my love for cross stitch. Today is Friday, December 30th, 2022. This is Flosstube 31, and I'm excited to see you. I hope all of you had a wonderful Christmas. You can see that my daughter, Cassandra, is joining us. She will have something to share with you in a little bit. So since the last time I saw you, I have a few Flosstube updates. The very last video that I did was my New Year's 12 by 12, which I'm participating tomorrow in. I shared all of my plans and my Zoom information. So if you didn't see it and you have time before tomorrow, check it out. But anyhow, I did not do a normal Flosstube. So since my last normal Flosstube, a few things have happened. So the last time I saw you was right before our last week of school. I'm a kindergarten teacher, for those of you who are new. And if you are new, welcome. And if you are not, and you've been here for a while, thanks for always coming back. I appreciate it. So we had our last week of school, and one of the things that we do in kindergarten on our last day before Christmas break is we celebrate the Polar Express. And we read the story to the children during the week. And then on Friday, the kids come to school with a train that they created with their family. It's made out of a cardboard box, and it can be as elaborate as the parents want to do, or as simple as a wrapped box that looks like a present. Doesn't matter, because we can hot glue on some black paper plates for our wheels, and they look like a box car, and it works just fine. So the kids come in. We start our morning with our Soaring Spirit, which is our morning assembly on Fridays. And while the parents are there watching, I'm in the classroom quickly taking as many portraits of the kids with their trains on, so that I can put those in their portfolios that I give the families at the end of the school year. So that's always crazy. And then in the meantime, as kids are coming in, pieces of their trains falling off, they're looking for help, the straps are breaking, all kinds of chaos happens. It's a little bit crazy, but after the Soaring Spirit ends, all kindergarten lines up and we parade throughout the entire school, and all of the other grades sit in the hallways and cheer us on, give us high fives. It's always fun to see, and they get excited because they remember when they were in kindergarten and got to do it. So I get to see former students and former colleagues that I worked with in other grades. And the children think that they're famous because they get clapped and cheered on. So that was a lot of fun. So we did that. That makes for a really tiring day because, of course, all 32 kids have to come in the morning. So I have one class for 4.5 hours with 32 kindergartners and just me taking care of it. It's a little bit crazy. I pretty much ran at the back of the line. Our class was the last class to go, and I ran behind picking up people's handkerchiefs, pieces that fell off the trains, all of those, and then catching up with my tail of my line. I had one student at the end, for whatever reason, she does not understand hustle, and so she walked at her own pace, and it was quite like a turtle. And so I just had to stay behind with her so she didn't get lost. But all in all, it was a great event. Parents love coming and watching. Students at the school love it, and even the staff. So it was a great event to end our week to Christmas break. So Christmas break started. Let me get my notes. I want to make sure I don't miss anything. For Christmas break, I had a cookie exchange with my stitching group. So we decided to do a cookie exchange a few months back, and we added a few things to it. So everybody made 24 cookies or treats, and then when we got there, we had fresh, clean cookie boxes to fill up 2 to 4 cookies each, depending on how many people showed up. And then you had a beautiful box to take home to share with your company or sit and eat on your own. Some of the girls sat and munched out at our party, and it was a lot of fun. Our friend PJ rented out a beautiful clubhouse where she lives. That's where we hosted it. We all brought our own dinners, and we started out the night with a few activities. So the first thing we did was we played left, center, right. First we played for floss. So everybody brought 3 skeins of floss to play the game. And then at the end, the winner got to keep all the floss. So that was fun. And then the next round we played with fat quarters. So you brought 3 fat quarters of fabric. And the idea was that if you win, that's backing fabric for your projects. So we played that. That was a lot of fun. It's funny to see what fabrics come, and it's funny to see how people would like to keep certain fabrics with them instead of trade them on, even though they have to trade in the end anyways. So that was fun. I think everyone had a great time, and our friend PJ, she had given all of us a gift, and inside that gift was a game of left, center, right, so that everyone could take it home and play with their families. So I thought that was a wonderful idea as a gift. So if you're trying to think of a gift for a swap in the future, to go along with whatever you make, that's a great gift. It doesn't cost very much. You can order a set of 3 games on Amazon, and everyone loves playing it. I highly recommend you try it out at your next game. We play it in our family, mostly for money, but once in a while we'll play for other things as well, like candy or whatever the event is that we're doing. So that's a lot of fun. And then after that, I had created a make and take, and let me show you what it is. So I wanted it to be needlework related, and I wanted it to be something fast enough that everybody could make it that night and then take it home and hang it on their tree. And so here is the make and take that we did. It's a little ornament, and we backed it with felt. We did the stem stitch along the tree, and basically what I did, I should say Cassandra and I did, is we put together kits with everything you needed to make this project. And then we even put the fusible heat bond on the back of the tree after I die cutted it out with my die cutting machine using one of my dies from Stampin' Up. And we adhered it so that way once they got there, all they had to do was iron it onto their backing fabric. So that made it quick and easy for them. And then we did the stem stitch. Some people struggled with the stem stitch, so they just did their own. I kept going back and forth from stem stitch to back stitch. So I would go like this, and then I'd realize my hoop was in the way. So I kept doing that. I guess because I'm a cross stitcher more than anything else, that I just kept getting stuck doing that. I had to keep taking it out. But some people got decorative. Some people put little special French knots at the ends to make ornaments. Somebody put a star, a cross-stitch star at the top. I think someone did a Smyrna. It came out really nice. At first, it was difficult to load our needles because we did it with 6 strands. Some people ended up doing it with 3 strands and doing the hoop method. But getting that floss through the needle was a little tough. But other than that, once we managed through that, everybody was able to make one, and I took pictures of everybody. I did not ask if I could share, so I'm not going to share them, but this is the project that they did. It was a lot of fun, and you can find this project if you're curious. I found it on the Jolly Jabber from Fat Quarter Shop's blog, and they had the information on how to make them. They had printouts, but it sounded more difficult. And since I had the die cut, I just die cut mine, but they had different shapes that you could trace on your fabric, then cut out and put the heat bond on. Some were presents, some were wreaths, some were trees. I forget what else. But if you go on there and you look up DIY Christmas projects, it should come up in the search. So that's where I found that project. So we made that. When we finished, our friend Kimberly had created a make and take for us. Everybody was kind of burned out making takes, so they ended up taking it home to make at home, which was fine. But the project was a little, and I don't have a sample. I gifted it to my other daughter on Christmas, but it was a little lip balm holder, and so it had like a bookmark, and then inside it had a little thing that held the lip balm, and so you could gift it to someone. So I did make mine that night. And I gifted it to Marissa because she always is looking for chapstick. I buy her millions, she loses millions. So I gifted her another one. She liked that. And then we started, after we finished our make and takes, we lined up and got our cookies. And then after our cookies, while people were munching, we started the Secret Santa. So the way that we did Secret Santa was, originally we had filled out a form. We emailed them to our friend who was not going to be able to attend. She was going out of state for Christmas. And we asked her to sort everybody out and give everybody a Secret Santa. And then she emailed you your Secret Santa's list of what their interests are and what they like, what they don't want. If they're allergic to things like what do you like to smell? What kind of stitchy things are you interested in? And then we could go from there. And the limit was $25 because if you're going to kit up something for someone, $10 is hard to stand by. So we went ahead and said $25, and you could do whatever you wanted to do for your partner. So for my partner, I made her an ornament. I went to Fox and Rabbit has some freebies. I don't have it in front of me, but it's a alphabet. It's an alphabet that they have with, I want to say they're cranberries, maybe they're holly berries, but the alphabet's done in white, and then you have the little cranberries or holly berries that are decorating the letter. So what I did is I stitched up an ornament for her, and I used 141 Designs Secret Mystery Make Box for ornaments. And I used one of their backers. It's a 2022. And I attached it to that, and I gifted her that. And I will share my picture of that right here. Wasn't it beautiful? I loved it. And so now I plan on making more of those in the future. Maybe even my kids will have an ornament with their initial as well. So that's a great gift. If you can't think of something, everybody's initial is special to them. So you could make that if you can't come up with something for someone. But I gave her that and a bunch of stitchy notions. I gave her Brenda Gervais pattern, and I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. Oh, and a pair of scissors, I believe. I think that's it. But I wanted to make her day special, so that's what I gifted her. And then I got my partner gifted me a few things. I'm going to show you a couple of them. She didn't give me a exclusive pattern to Welcome Stitchery. It was a heart and hand pattern, but I've already put it away, so I don't have it to share with you today. But I do have the other things she gifted me. So let me grab those. All right, so she had on her Instagram, she had shown a picture, and it had these little cute characters in the background, and they were crocheted. And I had asked her one time, where did you find those adorable little critters? And she said it was a designer who makes them out of the area where she lives. And she gave me a link to her, and she did make cute things. I hadn't ordered anything. Actually, I don't have any haul to share today because of Christmas. I didn't do any shopping for myself, just for everybody else. So she had shown me, and I put it in my file to look later and order later because this designer makes really beautiful things. And inside my gift, there was one. So look at it. It is the cutest little Rudolph. It's so cute. And the material of yarn that she used is like that baby soft yarn. It's so pretty. Feels like a minky blanket. So this is so cute. So I was so excited to get that. And then she and I, this is my friend Jessica, she and I went to the hands-on designs class in Modesto, California. And she and I were, she's my friend who happened to be competing for teacher's pet. And so then she gives me this. I started laughing so hard, but she went and scoured my Instagram or my Facebook, not sure which, and found pictures that I had posted. And you could see she had turned it into an ornament of me and Kathy Haberman as an ornament. It is so cute. I couldn't stop laughing. What a funny gift, but treasurable gift too, because now not only do I have the memory of our event that we went together, but I can hang it on the tree every year. And Kathy's staring me back. So Kathy, if you watch it, what do you think? Do you want one too? Because I have more pictures. Anyhow, that was my gift. It made my day. She surprised me. Her mom also gifted me this. I forgot to add it. She gave, her mom made me, it's okay. Her mom made me this needle case. Her mom is so crafty, and she's a quilter and sewer too. So she made this little needle book. I just love it. It's so cute. So, and look at this little hand stitching of the little Christmas lights. I just thought that was so pretty. So Bonnie, you're pretty talented. So that was that event. We had so much fun. When we finished Secret Santa, we basically gave each other lots of love, cleaned up the room so that it was nice and ready to go. We took a group picture in front of the Christmas tree, and it was fun. And so I remembered to take pictures this time. Our last event, our Friendsgiving, I totally forgot. So it was a good time had by all. We all exchanged wonderful gifts, and you could tell there was a lot of love in the house. So then after that, I celebrated Christmas with my cousin. If you watched my last Flosstube, I had mentioned that I had not had Christmas with my cousin in a very long time. I would say, I think 22 years. Last time we did it, his son was 2 years old. And so I've seen him since then. We have really seen each other since then, but we just hadn't done Christmas together since then. So we went to his house. I made the ham and some roasted broccoli with the Parmesan. And then he deep fried a turkey, and the kids got to eat at the kids' table, which we thought was funny because when we were kids, that's where we always sat. And because my cousins had moved in the military, when they left, we never got the opportunity to promote to the adult table until we had our own dinners as adults. So we thought that was funny. So it was fun. We even took a picture of the kids enjoying their food at the kids' table. Brought back a lot of great memories. So I had a great time there. My brother didn't make it. I don't know if he showed up later after we left, but he had to work. He works for a hospital, and he's a nutritionist, and he had to work late. He was originally supposed to be working on Christmas Day, which is why we did it early, but then he had to work late that day too. So we didn't get to enjoy Christmas with him, but he was supposed to come down and visit my cousin after. I don't know if he ever did. And then we went to my mother-in-law's on Christmas Eve. So normally on Christmas Eve when we go there, my mother-in-law, she makes tamales in the morning, and she still did. She made tamales in the morning. We eat tamales, we hang out, we play games. All the family comes. We pass out presents to all the kids as well as to my mother and father-in-law, and that's our celebration. And it's a lot of fun. But this year, my father-in-law was not doing well, so he was in the hospital. So basically, she didn't decorate. We got there, we picked her up. We went to visit my father-in-law in the hospital, get him comfortable, came back. We ate some food. A few of the sister-in-laws came. Then they went to the hospital. So it was kind of like a revolving door of people going in and out to go to the hospital to visit. And so we didn't really get to do a lot there. But I do have something to show you. Let me grab it. sorry. I generally don't like to leave the floss tube, but I wanted to show you this. My one sister-in-law, she made a special gift for all of us. She waited till we were all there so that we could all open it at the same time. And she likes to do a lot of canvas painting. So she painted a canvas for each one of us. Earlier in the year, she had texted all of us and asked what our favorite colors were. And we all told her, and like when I told her green, she asked me what specific green. I told her I like them all. My very, very favorite is sage green. So she put together this gift and we opened it at the same time. And here it is. And so my one sister-in-law, Juanita, loves brown. So here's her heart. This is sage green. And I know the camera's making it look gray, but it is sage green in the lighter portion. It gets darker, but in the light portion is sage green. My sister-in-law, Kathy, who passed away, her favorite color is blue. My sister-in-law that painted these, her favorite color is pink. And then my sister-in-law, Christina, so that's Doreen's. And then Christina, her favorite color is red. So she painted all of the sisters on there. And her plan is that the blue one that she did for my sister-in-law, Kathy, she would be gifting for Christmas to my sister-in-law, Kathy's daughter, Josie. So she would have that too. So now we all have that. We took a picture together. So this is a very special treasured gift. And when we took the picture, we also held up a picture of Kathy so she could be part of our group picture. As sisters, we have always done girls' trips together and had lots of laughs. We've gone out together. So there was a special gift from her, and I truly loved it. So Doreen, if you're watching, again, thank you so much. This means so much to me. It's nice to see all of us in one spot together. So that brings me to Christmas Day, which me, the kids, and my husband basically hung out at home. We spoiled the kids. We gave them lots of gifts, mostly money because we didn't know what to buy them. They never have an idea. And of course, after that, the next day, they begged Dad to take them shopping. And they had gone out and about shopping. And I stayed home in the peace and quiet because I was not going shopping the day after. The stores were crazy. Cassandra, though, didn't come back with anything except for a Frappuccino. And I asked her what happened, and she couldn't find what she wanted. And what she wanted, she realized needed more things to it, and she didn't want to spend all her money on one thing, which I think is smart. So she came back with a Frappuccino from Starbucks, and that was it. So I thought that was funny. So on to FFOs. So Cassandra's sitting here very quietly because as you've seen in my last floss tube, she had, and I believe that's floss tube 29, she had completed her frosted pumpkin ornament, and we were waiting. So I'm going to link today, I'm going to link Scarlet Sky Designs, and I'm also going to link her floss tube. I believe it's Floss and Coffee. I don't know, I'll search it up and I'll put it in the description box below. And we went to her website where we're looking for a wood backer that would look like a snow globe, and had tried Chantel's 141, but the backer that she had was too large. But Chantel's such a sweetheart. She said I should check at Scarlet Sky Designs, and that if it didn't work to let her know and she would cut me one. But it did work. It came in just a couple of days ago. We immediately painted it up and FFO'd it. And so here's Cassandra to share it with you.
Okay, so this is my ornament, and my mom painted it to match the cross stitch, and then it has a little beads that were buffalo check, and a bow, and like a little bell, and then on the back it says Christmas 2022, made by Cassandra.
Isn't it gorgeous? So now the only thing that was different about this is the backer comes with another piece that mounts here and here, and it has like a wood grain on it. So if you paint it, the wood grain will show through. It makes it a little three-dimensional. But because we didn't want to lose this part of her design that she stitched, we left that off. It also came with a little piece that goes in the middle that says 2022. And again, because of our beautiful design here, we left it off. And then I just use a pipe cleaner and I just put on the beads, and there's little holes. I don't know if you can see them. Let me see, turn it around. There's little loops right there so that you can attach a hanger. So I was able to just put them in there, twist, twist, and the little white beads went right over the end, so it should not come off. And then just a little bit of greenery that I cut off a wreath for her. So it looked beautiful. And since it worked so well, I went right back on the Etsy shop to order 4 more because Cassandra plans on stitching all of them. And I've stitched one of them, so we needed a total of 5. So 3 more will be coming her way. So Cassandra, have you thought about what you're gonna do next?
I'm planning on doing the fox for the fox snow globe.
And are you planning on doing anything other than Christmas stitching?
No, not really.
She really likes the perforated paper. She has stitched on fabric both times, right? 14 count, correct? And one was just regular Aida fabric. One was a dyed fabric, so it had a little bit tighter holes, and both of them were 14 count. And then now 14 count perforated paper, and she's decided she loves it. So we'll see what she does next, but I know she's anxious to get started on her next piece. And when she does, the backers should be here because they've already shipped. So that's exciting. All right, so on to my next FFOs. So this week I wanted to hurry up and finish my Christmas designs because the clock is ticking, and I do want to do my whip parade for you, but I'm going to wait until after New Year's because I want to see what last couple projects I can squeeze in before January 1st. So what I did is I have 2 other FFOs to share that I was able to finish. One was my Christmas Tiny Town. So Christmas Tiny Town by Heart and Hand. I stitched that one as my New Year's New Start last year for the NYE event. I stitched for an hour on it, and then I put it away, and it was one of my bucket lists because one of my bucket list items was to complete a drum. Never did one before. So since it was Christmas time, I snuck that one out and I stitched on it 2 days straight. It took me 2 days, but I finished it. And then I watched Vana's tutorial, and I will link Vana as well. Thank God for Vana. I watched her step by step twice, and then I started to do it with her video. So pause, rewind, and then it is done. And here it is. So here is the entire town. So it starts here. Well, here's one side, goes this way and all the way to here. And so I followed her tutorial. I went and purchased some fabric from Joann's, and I got it to match the candy canes here. So I did that for the top and bottom. And then I used this chenille trim for the top and bottom. And I followed her tutorial. The only thing that I would change, and it's not Vana, it's totally me, is that next time I'll put more batting. So Vana showed on hers to make several circles the full size, and then several smaller. I did do that. I did the same amount that she did. But one thing I've learned over the years is when my grandmother taught me to knit, she says I have a tight knit. When my mom taught me to crochet, she said I have a tight crochet. When my mother-in-law re-taught me to crochet, she said the same thing, that my stitches are very tight. So I probably pulled really tight because, as you can see, it's not as puffy as it could be. But for my first one, I'm not sad about it. I am so excited and proud of myself for this. And next time, I just know that I need to double up what Vana would do, because if I'm going to pull tight, it'll still be bubbly if I double it up even more. And then the other thing that I did a little bit different than Vana's was at the class with Kathy Haberman from Hands On Design. She said drums were easy, but that one thing she would recommend is on the very top layer to put, when you layer them different sizes, like Vana suggests, she said put a top piece the same size as the bottom piece so that it keeps the fabric from looking like stairs. And so I did do that, and she was right, because when I first pulled the fabric taut, I noticed that it did look like that. So I undid it and then I put another one on it, and now it's smooth on the top completely. So there's enough batting in there. I could put pins in there, but because my cats have a fascination for pins and they jump up on wherever they can find one and steal them, I won't be putting pins on there. I'll just keep it as a cute finish. But now that I've made drums, they're super addicting. I want to make more. I have a bag, I think it's a 10-pound bag of walnut shells, lizard litter. So I have to use all that up. So you can bet that I will have more drums in the future. All right, so now this is my exciting piece. So one of the things that I had posted in my last, well, no, I think I did it on Instagram. You haven't seen it yet. I had been working on my 12 Days of Christmas by Plum Street Samplers. I will link their blog, but they have it, it's a freebie, and I got it in 2012 when it was active. They were putting them out, I think every couple of weeks, maybe twice a month. And I had been downloading them. I started stitching them. And at the time, I was also Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And one of the in colors for Christmas that year was like a burgundy red with an olive green. I didn't understand it because I'm a traditionalist, like the traditional colors. But I was like, oh, I'm going to stitch that in those in colors, because she doesn't give you called for colors. She tells you a red and a green, a black and a gold. And so those are what I chose. So I chose 815 was my red, and I can't remember the number of my green. They were both DMC. I did 310 for the black and DMC metallic gold for the gold pieces. And when I finished it, I was super excited because was my oldest whip from 2012. And I decided that I wasn't sure what to do with it. I could make it into a pillow, but as Cassandra could tell you, I don't let them touch my pillows, so that instead of getting onto them about leaning on my pillows, I didn't want to frame it. So I ended up deciding I was going to make it as a serving tray. So here it is. Sorry, Cassandra. Here's my serving tray, and here's my piece. I just love how well it turned out. What I did was I had purchased this serving tray. I want to say, was that? Yes, I bought it at a thrift store for $4. I believe the tag's still on it. Yes, for $4. And it was white, and it had like a chicken in the center, and it said it was from Virginia. I don't know. I don't like chickens. So I decided to use some chalk paint it black. And then for the bottom, I just took some fabric and Mod Podged it to the bottom. And then I just attached my piece to a piece of mat board with some batting, and then I attached it to the bottom. And then just for a cute little decor or decoration, I just put some greenery and some little berries there with a little laced ribbon. And so my plan is that I'm going to go to the hardware store and get a piece of plexiglass cut to fit, and I'm going to lay it right inside on top and seal it off, so that way you can actually use it as a serving tray, and it'll protect our stitches from ever getting anything on them. So I'm really proud of that. So let me give you one more look, because I am. All right. There it is. So if you want to do this, you can follow the link to their blog and you can print them out. I also know that my friend Holly from Mrs. Jones Stitches, she's doing them, and she's doing them in color cotton, and she's doing various different colors along each one and turning them into cute little pillows. And they're really, really cute. So you should stop by and check hers out as well. I think if I were doing them now in 2022 and soon to be 2023, I probably would have done the same thing. But I was following the pattern back then and didn't make a lot of changes. And so that's why mine's not as colorful as hers. So check hers out. It's fun to compare one to another and see what you like. And maybe you'll find something you want to change. And, oh, and there's one more thing. At my gift exchange, I made these. I want to link them in the bottom. But I made these ornaments for each of my stitchy friends. So these, there's no sewing at all. It's all folded. Kind of reminds me of origami. It's all folded fabrics. That's all you have to do. And then it's folding and then weaving, like as if you were going to weave a basket. So I followed a tutorial from Erica Arndt. I'll link her below if you're interested. My thoughts on these was I made them for ornaments this year, but in the summer I was thinking I might do these with Americana fabric and make a banner for the 4th of July. So I wanted to give you that idea in case you like that idea. You can look up the tutorial as well and make yourself some, but I will probably make a banner with them in Americana fabric. So I wanted to make sure I shared that with you. All right, and those are my FFOs for today.